Coming from Tom's Hardware, Intel layoffs to hit data center group, division focused on server CPUs, AI chips, and data center architecture to be hit by an unknown number of cuts. I'm sorry. Yeah. Aspie in the back. Yeah. I thought all the money in the world was going to be created by AI deployments, and Intel being, an actual technology hardware company. If all the money is in AI, why are they why are they cutting AI? Oh, Lordy. This is one of the perfect examples I try to tell you folks about. Don't listen to what people say. Look at what they do. If you want to understand what is actually happening in the world, look at what they're doing. Ignore what the hell they're saying. And I do find this interesting with the current unraveling of all of this AI, right, idiocy. We are told that AI is a $28 trillion market and all these other idiotic things. At the exact same time, we see the value proposition of artificial intelligence just dropping off a cliff. We've talked about this with Accenture in the past. Accenture is a global consulting company. They consult with Fortune 500 companies, that type of deal. They come in to deploy technology and that type of stuff. They have been shoving artificial intelligence down their clients' throats for the past 2 years. And what they are now hearing from their executives, their customers, is that the executives don't see a return on value for artificial intelligence, right? We've heard this where there's no dark GPUs, right? All of AI is completely compute constrained. And then you have SpaceX AI, XAI being able to rent out hundreds of thousands of GPUs to their literal competitors, right? It's not that they had hundreds of thousands of GPUs just sitting there collecting dust. No, they just whatever, right? Anyways, we have Meta. We have Meta. They're apparently in an agreement with Anthropic now to sell $10 billion of AI infrastructure to Anthropic. And we're just in this weird world where we hear these executives say things and then we see what they're doing. And it's like 2 plus 2 equals 569 million. It just doesn't make any sense. Eli, it's 2026. 2 plus 2 equals $28 trillion. How hard is this for you to understand? Like, oh, Lordy. So we don't know how big these particular layoffs are. These layoffs may make a lot of sense. To be clear, I will be on that side of it. This might make sense. This might simply be eliminating layers of management, that type of deal. But it is weird. Right? Think about this. July of 2026, and Intel stock price has shot through the roof over the past year. Intel is getting into agreements with, I think it's with Tesla. It's Elon Musk. I think it's Tesla. With Tesla or SpaceX. I think it's Tesla. They're getting agreements with Apple. There's a lot of stuff that we have been informed is coming down the pike on top of the stock price going through the roof. And so them laying off their data center group, people responsible for CPUs, AI, and that kind of stuff, just seems weird. I just gotta say, seems weird. Intel just announced another round of layoffs more than a year after the CEO warned of, quote, tough decisions were required to get the company back on track. This decision has resulted in the reduction of its headcount by more than 35,000 since 2024, when ex-CEO revealed that its data center and foundry division had lost $1.6 billion. The latest announcement came months after the last job cuts and is still happening despite the company posting a strong first quarter this year. As part of our quote, as part of our broader strategy to become a more focused and efficient company, the data center group is aligning its organization to ensure it has the right roles and skills in place to position the business for long-term success, Intel told the publication in a statement. It's quite surprising that Intel plans to gut its data center group, which is one of its strongest performers and is in a good position to take advantage of the ongoing AI data center boom. But despite the high demand for AI data centers, it seems that the company still needs to cut its personnel count to streamline its operations. And I just gotta say, it's weird. I just gotta say it's weird. All we hear about is compute constraint. All we hear about is we've got to build the data centers. Any American citizen who is against data centers being built in their backyard is simply people that have bought in to Chinese misinformation, right? They are almost traitors themselves. Don't you understand how vital data centers are to the future of this country? And then you have Intel cutting their data center group. Something just does not make sense here. Something just doesn't feel right with this. So it'll be interesting to see where this goes. Now, I mean, like theoretically, like how can you steel man? What is it they call steel man this? Like theoretically, maybe you could say so. Nvidia is coming out with their Vera CPUs. So NVIDIA makes the GPUs, obviously. But NVIDIA also makes a whole lot of other hardware. They make networking hardware. They make all the hardware for the AI infrastructure, right? And so one of the products that they're coming out with is something called the Vera CPU. And the idea is a CPU designed for AI tasks. And anyways, they expect this to be like a $200 billion profit center for them. I think this year or next year. Anyways, it's worth a lot of money supposedly, and so I suppose there could be an argument with. With Nvidia coming out with the Vera CPUs, with other companies such as Meta and Amazon and Google literally creating their own CPUs that they're no longer using Intel. Maybe one of the arguments could be is that the AI data center boom hasn't stopped. They're simply purchasing somebody else's products, right? That's an argument there. That is an argument. That's still weird. It's still weird. So I don't know. We'll see how this goes. What do you think about this? What do you think about Intel laying off more people? 35,000 people they've laid off since 2024, and they're going to be laying off more people. What do you think about them laying off folks in the data center division? Again, in 2026, they're laying off people in the data center division. Does that, I don't know, does that make sense to you? Are you sitting there going, oh, yeah, it makes, oh, Eli, if you understood Intel, that would make sense. Do you think this is simply flattening the management layers, or do you think there's something more going on here that they don't really want to talk about? The other interesting thing to think about with this too is now that Intel is so wed to Trump, and this is something that we do have to be careful about with the whole Trump administration. And to be clear, when I say this, Trump, Biden, whatever, Biden was a jackass towards Nvidia. Anyways, one of the things we have to be concerned about is since Intel is so wedded to the Trump administration right now, can the CEO of Intel be honest? Right? How many masters can you serve before you have to start screwing over one of them? So think about this, right? The CEO has to talk to their employees. The CEO has to talk to vendors. The CEO has to talk to investors. The CEO has to talk to customers, and the CEO has a very tight leash around his neck from the Trump administration. If the CEO of Intel honestly sees the degradation of the AI data center buildouts, can see it's not simply slowing down, but will most likely go off a cliff. In the current political climate, with the US government owning something like 10% equity in Intel, can the CEO of Intel be honest? Right, we talk about that with optics. So one of the big things you always have to be concerned about with executives is the whole optics thing, like why they're doing what they're doing, like with the layoffs, right? So a lot of companies need to eliminate employees. When companies do layoffs, that's bad optically for investors. If you lay people off, investors start asking a lot of questions. On the other hand, if you mandate return to work, and then a lot of your employees quit. I mean, it sucks, but you get rid of a lot of employees, and optically, the investors may not even notice. And that's just how it is. Layoffs look bad. Employees quitting, whatever. That's just normal business. So one of the things to think about, like with a company like Intel, is normally they're presenting optics to the investors, and so they'll say whatever it is they're going to say. What becomes interesting now is now the optics have to go through the batshit crazy prism of the Trump administration. Can the CEO of Intel be honest about reality? And this is why the US government, by and large, should not have equity stakes in private companies, right? Because all of a sudden, you start to get too many masters, you start getting like true nitty gritty, bare knuckle politics coming into this industry. And it's a bad thing. Remember, for the CEO of Intel, right? What is the one thing that Trump is able to do? When people talk about Trump, right? He doesn't have fucking negotiating skills. He doesn't have fucking deal making skills. He doesn't know how to make fucking friends, right? He doesn't have any skills a sane human being would have in that particular position. What does he do? If he feels like he's been wronged, if he feels like he's been hit, he will hit you twice as hard. He will brutalize you. How dare you make him feel sad? He will punish you for the rest of your life for daring to make him feel a little bad today. Right? We saw this with Anthropic, right? They have been going after Anthropic because Dario dared to bet down the stupidest of bare minimum requirements on their contract, right? But Dario said no to Trump, and you do not fucking say no to Trump. Think about this. Can the CEO of Intel be honest about reality in Trump's America? So what do you think about this? What do you think about them laying off folks in their data center division after their 35,000 layoffs? What do you think about them laying off in this particular division? Again, in the era of AI data centers being the most important thing in the world. What do you think about the concept of tech CEOs fundamentally not being able to talk about reality in Trump's America? Do you start to understand how destructive, fundamentally destructive this administration is to the very foundations of our society? Put your thoughts down below. If you like these episodes, do remember they're on Spotify and on Apple Podcasts. Link is down below. If you want to follow me on LinkedIn, there's a link down there too. With that, see y'all later.